There are three legs of the stool, and we'll talk about what those are in a second. But this is a good chance for me to talk about the images that I'm going to use. There are going to be a lot of images in these presentations, and the vast majority of those have been developed with AI. And it's worth pointing out that AI is not perfect yet. And that's because it is a tool. It is just a piece of technology, and you should not rely on its own. So at that very end, when we talk about what's being covered this week, I want you to understand that you need all three legs of the stool. We'll talk about the three legs of the stool, which are people, process, and technology. And I think it's critically important that we cover each one of those areas, and we'll go into each in a lot more detail and depth. But in this week, there will be three separate videos, one for people, one for process, and one for technology. This intro video, however, is why all three are necessary. It's because people want their problem solved. People do not want to buy technology. People do not want to buy your service. What they want is their problem gone. What they want is to either make more money, reduce their costs, or increase their customer satisfaction. And that's what people want. They don't want your software. They don't want your service. They don't want to have you engaged if they don't have to, because it's going to cost them money to participate. They want the outcome, and it's important to understand that. And the best way to deliver the outcome is with all three legs of the stool. It's worth always considering, am I delivering the best outcome? And what leg of the stool is holding me back from delivering a better outcome? And I think when you consider it from that perspective, sometimes you realize you have to put more labor into something, or sometimes you might have to codify your approach better, or sometimes you might have to invest in technology, but you should always be considering which of the three legs of the stool are necessary to provide a better solution. So this intro, one of the things I want to talk about, which is a frequently attempt to solve our problems with technology or automation before we know how to do something manually. And ultimately, I said this is a playbook to how to operate better and how to scale accounts. To do that, it's important to do things manually first. In fact, this is the process I follow, which is get shit done, then you do it better, and then you automate it. And it's critically important to understand that the automation doesn't happen first. It happens after you know what you're doing, and that's how you can do it better. And then that's how you can automate it potentially, after you've learned how to do it better by tweaking and experimenting. Automating a bad process isn't going to help you. This is the core. This is the whole set of lessons. It's not about specifically using any one piece of technology. The one that's going to get the most shout out is AI, and we will start to see a lot of the images and a lot of the content is about AI. There will be even some guidance on how to use AI to generate some summaries and those kinds of things. I'm not necessarily promoting any piece of technology. What I want you to understand is that you have to have the people in place, the process for how to use it, and the technology. The technology doesn't matter if your employees are using it differently. And so anyway, that's it for the intro for this week. The first video is going to be on people, and it's the one that is ultimately the most important for service businesses. And it's also critically important for SaaS when you're talking large ticket clients. So thank you and have a nice day.